What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful here with a name you know. You know him as the new NXT champion. We got Bron Breakker. How you doing?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Obviously, it's been quite the day for you, quite the last 24 hours. You win the NXT championship just months after debuting. Could you have imagined it happening this quick? I mean, you were a highly touted prospect, obviously, but this is almost unheard of.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. It's a crazy moment for me, and it's just surreal, man. It's like a dream.
And I know you're going to get asked about this a lot. Your father was in attendance. That went viral. I mean, I had pictures sent to me from the venue that like hundreds of people retweeted. You have the former champion going over there and showing his respect to your father as well. What did that mean to you to have your father, Rick Steiner, present there?
It was really cool, man. It's the first time he's seen me perform, and it was that's an unbelievable moment, man. I'll never forget it.
So ahead of the match, there was this fantastic entrance that you have where you're kicking through the X, you're pulling the chains. How did that come about? I'm very interested to learn the process of who came up with that.
Honestly, I don't know. I just showed up, and that's what we were doing. That's really all I got. I mean, I have no idea, to be honest.
So we're like, when you find out that's what you're doing, and you see these chains up there, you're heading into a world title match. Things can go wrong, obviously. Like, how are you feeling there? Because I mean, you're a powerful dude. We don't like, maybe somebody leaves it hooked up. Like we don't know what could happen there. What's going through your head?
It's the same thing he just said. I hope something doesn't mess up. That was cool, man. I was that was a cool thing for me to get to do, and the staff here at NXT is the creative staff is fantastic, man. They're always coming up with cool ideas and just cool ways to make everybody just further their character and further their abilities, and they do a fantastic job. It's great.
So obviously the switch to NXT 2.0 has been a big one for you personally, because you've been the centerpiece of that rebirth of NXT. But you signed with WWE about a year ago, so you saw plenty of the previous version of NXT. How far ahead of NXT 2.0 did you hear that you were going to be a focal point of this program?
Day before.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that's night before.
So prior to that, like, did you have any like plans in your mind? Like, this is when I might make it to TV. This is when I might start doing like matches, because you all haven't been doing live events for NXT as well.
Right. No, to be honest, I didn't, because the dynamic back then was a bit different, and things were different back then, and it was just focused on the daily training and trying to get better. You know what I mean? And during that time, I still have a ton of work to do. I'm still new, but during that time, I was like brand new. So like, all I'm focused on is practice and you know what I mean? Just being on time and those things. So it's crazy.
One of those big things that's impressed a lot of the audience so far is how versatile your offense has been. Like, you go from a gorilla press power slam to a standing moonsault, a top rope Frankensteiner. Like, at what point did you realize, you know what, I'm going to integrate this into my offense, because why not?
It's just, I'm a sports entertainer, man. It's my job, and I want to entertain the fans, man. I love the WWE universe. I love the fans, man. We wouldn't be here without them. It's, I just want to show them what I can do. I want to show them that, I belong here, and that I can be a great NXT champion. And I want people to fall in love with my work and want to see me be on the edge of their seat when I come out. And that's all I'm trying to do. That's it.
Like, I think that, of course, people know your football background. I don't think people realize how quickly you transitioned. I mean, as of last season, you were signed with the team, and then here you are, NXT champion the next year. I know that shortly after your run in the NFL, you signed with WWE. How soon after that did you know this is what I want to do? This is the route I'm going?
I mean, I've been wanting to wrestle my entire life. I mean, I've been wanting to be a WWE superstar my entire life. So the second football was up for me, it was gone. I was like, well, all right, I'm moving on. Like, this is where I wanted to be, man. Like, I've been chomping at the bit to be here, like, forever. So as soon as the opportunity, as soon as it was there, boom, I was gone.
I remember specifically like a picture of you went viral. You were running. It was a football drill photo, and people were like, "That's Rick Steiner's son." Like, at some point, did you like hear buzz from wrestling fans, like even before signing with WWE, like this guy's got to come over here? And how did that make you feel if you did hear it?
It was cool, man. It was a cool reception from the wrestling universe, and back when I was playing ball, and it was cool, man. It was cool thing to see that the fans still love my dad and uncle and what they did before me, and it was a warm reception, man. It was really cool.
Now, I had saw where you did a match right before your signing, like in between. I think it was maybe in between the NFL run and that. How did that come together, and what did you learn from that experience?
And honestly, I didn't even know I was doing it. My uncle was doing a signing, and I just went along with him, just like, just to hang out with him, honestly. And then he'd be like, "Hey, you're gonna wrestle." I'm like, I don't know how to wrestle. So that's really all it was. I had no idea.
Did you get any feedback from him or your dad on that specific match? And what did they say?
No, I didn't. They give me feedback and stuff now, but honestly, I don't think so. Back then.
So I know you got a couple other brothers. Had either one of them ever considered or have ever considered possibly getting in the ring?
Everybody, we all kind of do our own stuff. I mean, it's like my oldest brother is Hudson. He works on cars, man. He's a handyman. He's like really, really good with just like working on stuff and fixing stuff. And he's an electrician, and he does welding, and like, I mean, he's so just like technically inclined, just like very, very intelligent person. My middle brother, same way, and he does like roofing and stuff, and he's a bit of more like construction route and stuff, but he was an athlete in college as well. We all three were. So man, we're all just kind of all three doing our stuff, but who knows, maybe someday.
Sure. I had heard on a Jim Ross podcast that you had met him at an AEW show when you were in college. Were there people that were like making you offers or mentioning? Were there like, there's a lot of people out there scouting and stuff. There's a lot of options, but WWE has that very unique ability to scout college athletes. Had they spoken to you, or had anybody spoken to you, like even before NFL or in college?
No, I mean, because I was just focused on football.
Sure.
At that point in time, that's I went to an AEW show when I was playing football, but it was, my dad is really good friends with a lot of people that work there in the back and stuff. So it was, I just got to meet all those guys and just kind of just go to a wrestling match, and it was in my backyard in Atlanta, so it was right down the street, and I went down there and just got to meet some people, and it was cool.
And as we wrap up, WWE announced some NIL deals recently, which I think is a fantastic thing for college athletes and just in general. What were your thoughts when you saw that? Because that wasn't a thing just as of a couple of years ago.
Right. I think it's a great program. It's very cool. I mean, it just shows that we have we're recruiting athletes from all over the world, and we have scouts out there doing just like in any other sport, man. Any other sport, there's people out there. They're scouting guys. They're looking for the next big thing, or looking, and it's cool, man. It's I think it's a great program. I think it's going to have a huge payoff with people, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a cool thing for athletes to be a part of, and it's going to be great.
Bron Breakker, new NXT champion. I want to thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Until next time, guys.